When Ashley catches Jack in an inappropriate position, he threatens to go to war, and Devon surprises Lily. On today's episode of The Young and the Restless, Daniel presents his plan, Ashley confronts Tucker, and Phyllis seeks out Jeremy Stark for help. Summer gives Daniel a bear embrace when he returns to Crimson Lights. He makes fun of her for having a hard time working him into her schedule. Now that their mother is gone, she is demanding to know the truth about his reappearance. Daniel has arranged a meeting with Billy, Lily, and Devon after admitting he's considering staying in Geno City. His next move in his professional life could be a major shift. Summer insists on learning more about his proposal. He sees potential for it to grow substantially. She hoped he would cooperate with her regarding Marchetti. Harrison would benefit much from sharing his childhood with Lucy, his elder cousin. Daniel points out to her that Lucy will be spending the foreseeable future in Portugal with Heather. They joke about how Phyllis is now a grandmother twice over. Lily returns Devon's pie plate and strikes up a conversation with him about how downcast he looked during dinner the night before. Her desire to aid Amanda's breakup stems from this sentiment. He breaks the news to his sister that she can't do anything to change the situation. "Try me," Lily challenges. After warning her that she won't like the news, Devon says, "Abby and I slept together." A shocked Lily gasps, "You and Abby were having an affair?" "Only once," according to Devon, but Amanda walked in on them while they were making out. Lily is shocked, saying, "Poor Amanda. She finally realizes why she resigned from her job and fled the city so abrupt." Getting away from him is probably the best option, and Devon doesn't blame her for wanting to do so. Both times she's been there for him, he's cheated on her. Lily probes, "Does Chance know?" If you ask Devon, he does. He claims to have been there with Amanda when she entered. Almost certainly, in Abby's opinion, they are no longer married. He finally explains to Lily why he's been so downcast, and she questions his and Abby's mental state. Devon insists that they weren't. The event occurred without their knowledge and is irreversible at this point. Lily suggests that Devon take a flight to Virginia since she has doubts that he and Amanda can reconcile. Devon says she has made it abundantly plain that she does not want him to do so, and he admits he is unsure of his feelings about the situation beyond sadness at having injured someone he cares about. He has forgotten how to keep in touch with people who are important to him. A sigh escapes Lily. She fears she is letting Billy take control of their relationship. Talia Morgan, who Phyllis and Nikki ran into at Noah's club, asked, "What was so urgent?" Nikki informs her that the ongoing drama of Diane Jenkins has taken a surprising turn. She learns that Diane is acquainted with Jeremy Stark. That's why Morgan requires evidence. They have it in the works. Talia apologizes, but she's not happy with the direction they're taking things. It appears that they are just interested in rumors that can be used against Diane. Enough already. "I'm a reporter, not a smear artist. Please don't get in touch with me again unless you've got anything I can act on." When Diane gets to the Abbott house, Jack tells her Harrison has a playdate. Diane feels grateful that he gave her a Thanksgiving invitation. Jack is aware how much Kyle and Harrison appreciated her presence. She really hopes he doesn't blame her for Ashley's unexpected departure. Jack reassures her that he does not, but he does warn that Ashley would never accept her as an Abbott. Diane claims the fault is with her since she is so intent on destroying her. She feels compelled to go to battle with them. Jack warns her about the consequences of using such language. Jack thinks that sometimes the best defense is to not defend at all, but he is concerned that this is beyond her abilities. Diane feels frustrated since she is not the driver, rather, others are. She has warned Ashley and Tucker about how dangerous Jeremy Stark can be, but they have ignored her warnings because they fear Stark. Jack is informed by Diane that Jeremy, when they were together, frequently made ominous references to the fate of those who crossed him. Jack ponders whether or not Ashley would react differently in this situation. Diane isn't convinced. Her animosity has clouded her judgment. She's afraid that those she cares about might become targets. Incredulous, Jack asks whether or not she really believes Stark will go after Kyle and Harrison, or Summer or you. Chimes in Diane. Even Jabot, with all his defenses, is not safe from his assault. If Ashley makes contact with that man, she will endanger the safety of her whole family. Lily worries that Billy is fading away at Devon's house. She reflected on her past romantic involvement with him and lamented the loss of their once close working connection. Lily claims that he has shifted his attention and that he is no longer present when she awakes in the morning. It's only now becoming apparent that she's not involved. Devon apologizes. She appreciates her sibling not uttering the dreaded "I told you so." Regarding romantic relationships, Devon has no business giving advice to anyone. Lily refuses to give up and will continue to make an effort. If he hurts her, Devon thinks she should fight, but she doesn't want to risk it. At that moment, there was a knock on the door, and it was Daniel. Devon gives him a hug as he returns to town, and he enters the room and gives Lily a hug as well. When he tells them about his brilliant idea, they get pumped. Daniel mulls over whether or not they plan to wait for Billy as they settle in. As Devon explains, he has been gone from the company for some time. Daniel begins his sales speech. Creating art is still a component of his job description, but he has little interest in holding gallery exhibitions. He's hoping to broaden his appeal. The concept of the Meve Universe game platform was his brainchild. Even if Devon believes it's hip, Chancellor College frowns upon gaming. In response to Lily's recollection of when they did this, Daniel chimes in to explain that it once drew a large audience. He's talking about a virtual world where you can leave feeling more confident and strong than when you entered it. Both Lily and Devon are able to see how strongly he feels about it. Daniel is confident that they can achieve their goal by working together. When Ashley arrives at Society, Tucker is quick to tell her how beautiful she looks. He's brought a present too, but she says they're not going out. "Why I'm here is no secret to you." With a questioning tone, Tucker says, "Do I?" Ashley is fed up with Diane hanging out at the family dinner table, so she says it's time to turn down the volume. To Ashley, Tucker announces that his time spent with Diane is now at an end. To Ashley's dismay, he seems to be leaving just as she really needs him. Tucker is simply following her lead. Ashley apparently despises Diane more than anything or anyone else in his life, according to him. When told this, Ashley laughs it off. Tucker is confident that she and her gang of conspirators can handle the situation with Diane. Ashley points out that they had common objectives. To some extent, Tucker's have changed. "Oh, what are you after?" Ashley exclaims. Tucker confides in Ashley that he is now concentrating on caring for his son. Since he has more expertise, he is effectively running Chancellor Winters on his own. Ashley believes he is making a mistake by going easy on Diane and that he is giving too much credit to Lily. Jack reportedly visited Tucker and warned him not to pursue Diane, as Tucker tells her. To this, Ashley replies that Jack isn't the only Abbott he has to worry about because Diane is also an adversary. Over at the Abbott estate, Jack concedes to Diane that they must do something to safeguard the Abbott name and fortune. Ashley won't pay attention, so they'll have to bring in people who will take it seriously. Informing Kyle of her request to hand over Jabot's financials to Tucker is only the beginning of what needs to be revealed. Diane insists on breaking the news to him herself. Both her son and her grandson get her undivided attention. It would be devastating if she left at this time. "I've promised myself that I'll never leave my loved ones again. That can't be considered." Tucker doesn't consider Deanne to be an immediate threat at Society because of how frail she is. He has full faith that Ashley, Nikki, and Phyllis will handle the situation quickly. Tucker is taken aback by how calmly she is processing the information that he plans to pursue Jabot. Ashley claims that Tucker would not be as naive or ignorant as Jack to believe Diane's statement that he wanted the finances. There's zero chance that'll ever happen. However, Tucker explains Jack still thinks the worst of him. No, scratch that, I think you're beginning to come around about me," she said. He whispers in my ear, "You're shockingly close to giving me a second opportunity. You know it's true, but you don't want to confess it." Lily at Devon's place is intrigued by Daniel's suggestion, but acknowledges that it's an enormous task. Devon indicates that a lot of study and development would be required. Daniel is confident that it is possible and will share his calculations with them. Lily and Devon are confused as to why they would choose to collaborate with him rather than a more established firm. Daniel says this is his life's work, and he's already made a game starring a princess who looks like his daughter. There are 50 million players online every day. Listen to me. It is possible. Lily approves and thinks it'll be great for everyone. There's potential for a major breakthrough here. Who knows, maybe Lucy is our lucky charm. Daniel acknowledges that his daughter was instrumental in getting him interested in video games, which has provided him with a renewed sense of focus and drive. Tucker places a call from society and announces, "It's time for us to move. Goodbye for now." Phyllis, who is currently at Noah's club, can't believe Talia abandoned them. In Nikki's opinion, Phyllis was too forward with her advances. Phyllis shrieks, "Me? I really wanted her to stay." Another reporter who understands the situation is required. Nikki argues that she was right. They need evidence or this might all backfire. It's hard for Phyllis to believe, but Diane has managed to avoid every single attack. Nikki's self-assurance is eroding. Phyllis insists that they must take extreme action. Diane breaks down in tears to Jack at the Abbott estate, sobbing over the hurt she's caused Kyle. She will never let anyone or anything take her away from her son or grandson. Jack is in complete agreement and can empathize. Moreover, he states, "Someone needs to protect you." The time for inaction is past, he realizes. Jack begs Diane to put her trust in him so that they can avoid a major argument. In return for his support, Diane expresses her gratitude. Jack picks her up and cradles her. Right at that moment, Ashley walks in and slams the door behind her. Jack and Diane separate in mid-leap. Daniel visits Devon and Lily at Devon's apartment and expresses his eagerness to begin working with them. After Daniel leaves, Devon praises his presentation. "Did he seem like himself to you?" Lily probes. She speculates that as people age, they develop a deeper commitment to the things that truly important to them. At Noah's club, Phyllis tells Nikki that Jeremy Stark's mere presence is enough to make her want to leave town immediately. "I think it's high time we contacted Diane's ex." The expression on Nikki's face suggests she is on guard. Diane at the Abbott residence expresses gratitude to Jack for his encouragement, but also notes that she needs to leave soon. When she leaves, Ashley demands to know how her brother went from being rational to completely insane because of her, to which Jack replies, "I could say the same to you." The question is when Tucker McCall's statement became gospel. When it comes to Tucker, Ashley maintains that she is not the one being manipulated. Jack is angry because he thinks she's gone too far and put his family in jeopardy. It's at this point that Ashley yells, "You are in risk right now of succumbing to Diane again. If you go to war with Diane, you go to war with me," Jack says sternly. To which you might reply, "Is that it?